This is an explanation for how to do your returns from Nifty payroll. So the monthly returns after you've processed your payroll for statutory returns to the government are PAYE, SHIF, NSSF, and HELB. So they are uploaded to the different portals. So for PAYE goes to iTax, KRA. For NSSF goes to the NSSF portal. SHIF goes to there, and HELB goes to there. So how do you do this? Now, to get the reports from Nifty payroll, you'll go to Payslips and Reports. So let's go there. So let's open Payslips and Reports. Say I've done my January 2026 payroll. So I'm in Payslips currently, this. So I select Reports here. Now the reports that are relevant for uploading to the portal are in the second column, which is this column here, this one. And these are the reports that you would use for that. Now, let me just explain each one. So these are the old iTax format. A new format was introduced in 2025, I believe it was, the simplified version. So for iTax, this is the version you use. That's what you'll use for SHIF. NHIF is no longer valid. NSSF, you can use either of these two, and HELB, you can use this. Even this housing levy is no longer relevant. So when you are ready to export these files, what you do is, remember, when you first process, you're here, you select reports. The option that is by default is to view. So let's say I wanted to view my simplified iTax return. I can double click on it and view it, right? So I don't have some pins for some people, just ignore that. So I can view it. But if I want to export it, what I would do is select here, export, right? So I have view and I have export. And if I want to export, I'll double click. Now let me just fix quickly the pins for the P10 return so that I can do it practically. So I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3. That's all it needs. It needs pin numbers. So if I process, now when I view the simplified P10, it should open. Sorry, I selected export. So let me go back to view. So it's good I did that. Remember, you have the two options. So if I want to view it, I have to have that open. And I can view my return. And it has all the columns. And then if I want to view SHIF, I can view it there. If I want to view my NSSF, this picks the salaries for the payroll converter. This picks the actual figures for the SF24. And then this picks, I don't have any HELB. If you have HELB, it'll pick it and it's in the right format. Now the format that it exports to is indicated in square brackets. So NSSF goes to Excel, P10 goes to CSV, SHIF goes to Excel, HELB goes to CSV. So what happens is when you click to export, so let me give you an example. Let's say I'm exporting this. So to export, you select there, export, then you double click. Now, you don't enter the name of the file. The name of the file will be given to you. So you just select a folder. So I've selected Documents Test, and I say OK. And then I can open this just to see that report. So let me delete that old one. And I can do this company one. If I double click on it, it will open the Excel file, and it has the columns. Now, you don't need to do anything to this file. It is ready. It is actually ready to be uploaded exactly as it is. You don't need to do any edits. You can just open just to confirm that it looks correct. But otherwise, you don't need to do anything. So then you can do SHIF and select the same. Let's do test. Now, the reason it takes a little while is because after it exports to Excel, there is programming code within Nifty to do the formatting that is necessary for that file. So sometimes it means removing the top line of headings. Sometimes it means other things. So there'll be a little delay between your clicking and the finalization of the export, right? So that's the reason why. So I'm just selecting each one and putting them there. And then when we go back to that folder, you will see that each of them is given a report, a name. So if we go there, so you have the name of your company, the month, and the year and the month, and then you have return NSSF, SF24, return NSSF, return SHIF, return PAYE. And if you check here, you'll see these ones are in Excel, and this one is in CSV, ready to be uploaded. Now, and it always does it with date and time. Now, if you've processed several times, you're sure that you're done. You don't even need to do one by one. You just need to come here and click all returns for upload, select your folder, say OK, and it will ask you, do you want to export all these things? You say yes. And it will just export one by one. So if you come here, you'll see that it's exporting one file after another. Let's see. There it goes. So now you can see it's exporting one file, 2 files, 3 files. Yeah, it will just be the same names that we had exported before, but now you have a different set. So you had the initial the initial 4 here, and then now you have the others sitting up here. What else? Why hasn't it exported? Maybe it's still taking its time. Yeah, there's still one coming. So sometimes it's a little moody, I think, because it interacts with Excel. It can take longer than expected. There we are. So we have all the reports. Now, because I selected all, these ones at 934, which is the second batch, includes SHIF, the 2 NSSFs. It includes this house levy, which is no longer relevant, and it includes the old PAYE. So as long as you remember that, remember you're using this one, the simplified. Now you choose which of these 2 NSSFs to upload. So on the NSSF upload site, you have 2 ways you can upload your data. You can upload salaries, which is the payroll converter. When you upload here, right, so you'd create period and then you'd upload that file. When you process it, what happens is it converts your salaries into the SF24 format. But you also have the option to just come directly to SF24, create submission period, and upload the SF24. That's why I give you both formats. The good thing with using the payroll converter, which has salary information, so that's all you upload is really salary information, is that you're able to check that what Nifty is calculating for you is correct. So that would be one reason to use this. But especially if you're only uploading tier 1, let's say you've opted out of tier 2, there is no way to select to only do one tier when you go through the payroll converter. At least they haven't done it as at making this video. So you need to use the SF24, which you will have chosen to remove automatically to remove the 102s and possibly the 103s as well. 103s are voluntary. 102s are tier 2. So there's a way I'll do a separate video for how to separate tier 1 from tier 2 in the SF24. So if you adopted for that, you would only have 101s here. So you can upload that so that you only upload tier 1. So that would be a reason for using the SF24. But whether you're doing that or not, if you're uploading everything, like in this case, both tier 1 and tier 2, you can still use this. So it's really a choice. I don't know why NSSF opted to give both. Maybe just to simplify it for those who don't know how to do the calculation. But since you're getting the calculation done from Nifty, you can just go directly to SF24 actions. But again, remember, the good thing with using this, sometimes when people use this, they discover that they did not update their NSSF. Like now in February 2026, there are new rates coming in. So if you always use this option, you'll see that what it's calculating is different from what you've got in your payroll. So it's a way to make sure that you're using the right thing. So anyway, so that's how you do your returns.